Hi class, I just wanted to talk to you about something that interests me a lot, and that's tattooing. I wanted to let you guys know how it all works, how it goes down, what to look for when you're getting a tattoo, and in a sense of sterilization and stuff like that. When you go to get a tattoo, the artist uses this gun on you, and it's electrically powered, and it resembles like the sound of a dentist drill. And everyone's afraid of the dentist drill. Like the sound, it's a little scary. The sound is more than it's made up to be. It's a little bit more scarier sounding than it is pain-wise. But I guess it all depends on how much you can handle pain. Some say that the pain of a tattoo feels like a sunburn, or somebody like pinching you a few times. It all depends. It feels more like a burn in how I feel, anyways. What this machine does is it uses a solid needle, and it moves up and down, and it punctures the skin. It does this at about 50 to 3,000 times a minute. It enters the skin about a millimeter deep and deposits droplets of insoluble ink into the skin with each puncture. I know a lot of people are worried about how sterile these tattoo places are. You all, of course, want to be sure that it smells like a doctor's office. I always love that smell. It's reassuring to smell it. You also want to make sure that they are wearing gloves, and all the products they have plastic covering over like the gun and all the equipment that they're going to be using on you. You also want to be sure that they open the packaged needle in front of you. If you do not see this happen, I suggest turning around and leaving, just to be safe. There's a lot of diseases that you can get from a tattoo, so you just want to be sure that you're safe. Another thing to look for when you're getting one is sterilization equipment, and there's one that's called a autoclave. And what it is, it's a heat steam pressure unit, and it's you can see them. They're used mostly in like hospitals and stuff like that. But it's like set at a certain temperature, and it sterilizes the equipment that they're going to be using on you. When it comes to picking out a tattoo, you're going to want to make sure that the design that you want is something that you want on your body for the rest of your life. Some people already have these designs in mind, and they go to the artists and they help them create what they are looking for. Others have the design already picked out. They already know what they want. They go there and they get it all printed up and everything. The artist takes the design and photocopies it onto this special paper. It has like blue ink on it, and they moisten the area and put the design on your arm. It leaves like an ink print, an outline of the design that you want. It's sort of like those tattoos that you get out of like a Cracker Jack box or something. So that gives them a basic idea, so they can just wipe it off if it's not in the right spot, or you want something different, doesn't look right. They can go back, change it up, change the size, and make it easier for you to, not understand, but figure out if that's the type of design that you want to go with. When they're doing a tattoo, they use different sized needles. Like doing an outline, you might want a thicker outline, so use a thicker needle. Thin needle. When they're filling it in, it's a thicker needle, and also there's more than one needle. In an outline, there's only one needle, but for a filling in, there's more than one. This process goes a little bit faster. The aftercare for a tattoo is also very important. You want to make sure, you want to treat it like it's a wound, because that's exactly what it is. You know, like a needle has been in your, bleeding, not excessively, no worries. But some people do have a different, they bleed differently. But you're gonna want to treat it like a wound. And some tattoo places have this stuff that's called tattoo goo, or you can just use bacitracin, or hydrocortisone, or anything like that. But you want to make sure you use a thin layer. Too much will cause the tattoo to bleed out, and it won't be as dark, and so it'll have some fading to it. You also want to make sure that when the tattoo is healing, it creates scabs, just like any sore wound would. You don't want to pick at the scab, because that could also take away some of the ink and leave scarring on your tattoo as well. I have a few tattoos myself, and I wanted to share them with you guys and explain the reason for me getting them. This one right here says "Si te hace feliz," and it says "if it makes you happy," and it's in Spanish. I'm not Spanish, but it's actually like a conversation starter. So I get asked on it all the time what it says. So that was my reasoning for it. And if it makes you happy is something that it's in regards to anything in my life, my sexuality, getting tattoos, doing whatever I do in my life. As long as it makes me happy, then it should be okay. This one is just tribal, and I liked it. I probably should have put some more thought into it, but as you can see, there is some fading here. I used too much bacitracin on here, so there is some scarring and fading, which is not good. I would love to go back and get it touched up, although going over scar tissue makes it a little bit more painful. And let's see, this was, I don't know how to do this without, this is my other tattoo. The symbol in the middle is the Scorpio symbol, and more tribal. And when I first got it done, the black ink wasn't dark enough for me, so I had to go in and get it touched up, and I also had them add the red outline to it. I must say that it was very painful going over the black ink again, the scar tissue. The other one is in the back of my neck. It's another M for Scorpio. That's a little bit harder to show you, but it's a small. It was like my first one, and I was a little nervous. And a friend of mine said that you're going to want another one after that, and I said I don't think so because it hurt. And now I'm addicted. I also have another one on my left calf, tribal. So just like a simple design going across the length of my calf. Doesn't wrap around, but it's just the back of my calf. I plan on getting more. Have some space to fill. I was going to go with a design of pink. I know it sounds crazy and obsessive, but it's something that I want. Almost like a pinup style of pink. So that is it. I hope you guys have a better understanding of tattoos if you didn't already know anything about them. And that is it. Thank you very much.